were in. They introduced us to the patch, and 3 days later, my arm started feeling better. 9.5 days later, I couldn't even remember which arm I had hurt. And so God just did many, many miracles in our life, and we're going to talk about more of the testimonies. But the thing is that the patch is for everyone. The patch is for everyone. The business may or may not be, but the patch is for absolutely every single person. And so let me tell you a little bit about it. So if you've not been patched, you will be by the end of tonight, okay? Actually, it's created by Lifewave, which is a very old company compared to a lot of the newer companies that are coming out. It's 20 years old, so this is nothing new, okay? It went from 20 million to over 320 million in the last 3 years. And the reason why is because of this patch right here. It is in over 80 countries, not 75 countries, and this man that we're about to talk about, he does not create Me Too products. He's actually a Christian. He knows that we were created in God's image, and he said, look, I know that there's deeper than just regular science of the surface, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And so he does not create Me Too products. This is like something that you have never seen before. His name is David Schmidt. He is the CEO and the inventor of Lifewave. He has over 180 patents. He stopped counting at 130 patents. This man is genius. He is a scientist and the inventor, and he specializes in age reversing. Want to stop, not anti-aging. We're talking about age reversing. So, whatever he does, his focus is on your body no longer aging, but actually backing up in age, okay? And so in 2008, he started focusing his attention on stem cells. And I don't know how many people in here know anything about stem cells, but when I heard about this, it was like, that's a hot topic. Because I think a lot of people, the only thing that some people can say is that they know that a lot of people do not agree with stem cells because a lot of times they come from aborted babies. Well, this scientist said, no. We're made of stem cells, and I'm going to take a look at what's going on with it. So he spent 10 years and $4.5 million coming up with this technology right here. Before, he was actually very well known in the soccer world. David Beckham and many other soccer players actually used his first ever patch, which was the energy patch. He actually created that because he was contracted by the United States government to create something that our Navy SEALs could use to keep awake for 36 hours straight, ready for combat. Ready with their mind able to be functionable and ready to go into action if they needed to be. So he was found by some of Stanford University's swim team and a couple of others, and they brought it out to the sports world. So that's what he was originally known for, okay? When he actually went into the stem cell technology, this is what he created. This is a patent that nobody else can touch. This is our patent for the next 16 years. A wearable phototherapy apparatus. So when you put this thing on, what it does is it reflects your own light, your own heat back into your body. When that happens, it elevates your copper peptides. Your copper peptides wake up your dormant stem cells. So this is very important because it includes the activation of stem cells. It's the only wearable technology that anybody can have, other than if David Schmidt creates something else that anybody can have to wake up your dormant stem cells, okay? So it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's actually called photobiomodulation, okay? Which it's like, why does that matter? Well, whenever you hear about red light technology, this is your own red light technology. People go and pay thousands upon thousands of dollars for a red light therapy. They pay tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars for stem cells, okay? Not anymore, not anymore. So it reflects your own light and your own heat back into your body. It's non-transdermal, non-invasive, no chemicals are in it. So if any of you guys are on any type of medication, it's not going to get in the way of that, okay? It doesn't put anything into your skin, okay? Now, let's talk about the stem cells, okay? When you are born, we're actually made of all stem cells. They're all working great, okay? By the time we're 30, half of our stem cells go dormant. That's why all of a sudden you hear the snap, crackle, pop. I don't know, it's like a thing. Whenever you turn 30, it's like everything starts jacking around. So, but at the age of 60, now not only half of your stem cells are dormant, 98% of them are dormant. So that's why so many people passed away during COVID that were older. Their body couldn't handle it. Their body couldn't heal itself because of everything that we've done to the environment, okay? And so that is why he decided we need to focus on the stem cell activation patch, okay? The benefits of the X39, and this is what we're gonna spend time on for a minute. Increased strength. So we're going to break this down for a minute because a lot of times when I saw this, I was like, okay, great, like increased strength. How many times whenever you wake up, do you have to like prepare yourself to get up out of bed? That takes strength. Okay, so we're not just talking about muscles. We're talking about when you wake up in the morning and you have to lift yourself out of bed, which sounds ridiculous for the young people, but it's not ridiculous for me because I started feeling, oh. Increased strength, reduced inflammation. That doesn't just mean your knees and your joints. That means your kidneys. That means your heart. That means your brain. That means many different pieces inside your body that get inflamed through time because of whatever we eat and whatever's going on in our environment and whatever we've done to our body, whether it be a car wreck, whether it be in sports, whatever it is. So my husband, he was a professional soccer player. He did a good job of jacking himself up. He did. His entire back was messed up. He had multiple head injuries, all the things. And so that inflammation that we didn't even realize was there has been reduced, and it's amazing. And then we increased stamina, me running after my children whenever I'm going to get them. Energy and vitality, that's huge because how many of us, the older that we get, the more our brains seem foggy. And I'm no longer walking around with my cell phone in my hand with it up to my ear wondering where my cell phone is. So, energy and vitality, mental clarity. And how many of us, okay, here's a question for the women, because there's more men than women, that's different. That's good. But think about this. How many of you guys are already, your mind is starting to, how many people do you know of mental clarity, increased stamina, have issues with their bodies? Okay, this is what women automatically do.
I know my wife. My wife does.
Oh Lord, Lord. See, she's get him. Just don't get him too high. You might do what I do. But your brains are going to start going. All these people that I know that are hurting, that have something going on with them, their ankles, their knees, their backs, their heads. Something is going on with them, and this is what's going to keep on happening as we talk. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions. So we've seen a lot of people who, their children have been diagnosed with something like attention disorders. They put this patch on and it starts to align, their body starts to align itself. It's amazing. And the improvement of sleep. How many of us struggle with sleep?
I do.
I mean, I do.
Young one.
Yeah, you're not there yet, okay? You still have half your stem cells. But if you're not patched, say bye-bye. And then improved skin appearance. Now that does not just mean acne. And I struggled with my whole life adult acne, but that's not, I don't struggle with that anymore. You know, what the biggest piece is the skin is an outer expression of what's going on inside the body, right? And so I've had a lot of people with skin tags, a lot of things that are happening on their necks, their skin tags are coming off in the shower. Why? Because their body is getting rid of all the toxins, all the things that were causing those issues in the first place. So the long-term effects of what happens with this patch, let's just talk about that for a minute. The first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. 4,000 genes. That doesn't mean that we're playing God. What it means is we're resetting our bodies back to the way the Lord created us to be. Within 6 weeks, our brain becomes balanced. So this is a big piece. So I don't know how many of you guys know people that were in the military This is huge because PTSD, those that have been in the military serve, they are putting our military on these patches. Why? Because their bodies have gone through a lot of stress and a lot of strain. And so start thinking about those people, anxiety and depression. That is a chemical imbalance. That is not how God created us to be. And so our bodies align right back up. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. This is no surprise. I get Botox. And the last time I went to go get Botox, I needed a lot less units. And so my girl who gives me Botox ended up buying the patch. The woman that injects people with Botox bought the patch from me because she was so excited. Decrease in wrinkles, hair growth increases, we're gonna see all this, and then the increases of the structural integrity of both your skeletal and muscular system. And within 6 months, this is huge because all of you guys are gonna start thinking about somebody. Within 6 months, if they wear this patch 12 hours on, 12 hours off, it is scientifically proven that your heart will reverse in age by 8 years. Scientifically proven. Okay, so how many of us know somebody that has issues? You know?
With the heart?
Yeah, heart. I mean, just the heart alone. You know? My father-in-law got off the airplane from England and my husband looked at him and he said, before you stay with us, you will put this patch on. Because he stayed with us for 2.5 weeks. And let me tell you, my father-in-law, his heart is now beating at the proper pace, and we never thought it possible. We thought it was going to be the last time that we would ever see him, and that's why he came in, because he was not thinking that he was going to make it, and he did, and he's doing incredibly. So the X39 is just so simple to explain, but it's yet probably the most prolific regenerative technology of our lifetime. And it's really interesting because a lot of people out here didn't know about it yet. But now everybody's starting to go, have you heard about the patch? In Florida, that's one of the major cities or major states that it took off in. You can't find a lot of people that don't know about this. So that's super exciting because this is our opportunity to scream this to the rooftop to everybody that we know. And it's all about how it works. The best thing about it is that it's extremely easy to explain that we have light, we have heat inside us. We reflect that light, we reflect that heat, copper peptides elevate, and then the stem cells start waking up. What those stem cells do is they start putting together, your body puts together a list of to-dos. So my list of to-dos was very different than my body's. My list of to-dos was my skin, then my hair, because I had COVID 3 times. I had a list of to-dos, and my body said, it's your thyroid. We're gonna focus on your shoulder first, and then we're gonna work on your thyroid. I was off my thyroid medicine in 45 days. 45 days. I mean, it's unbelievable. My grandmother, she had a list of to-dos. I put my grandmother on it. The first thing that it focused on was her dementia. She can remember my children's names now. It's the most unbelievable, prolific, regenerative technology I've ever seen. So we're gonna look at my favorite part, which is the testimonies. So these are all people that I chose that I know, just because I'm somebody that wants to believe, know, see, touch, know that what I'm talking about. This gentleman, take a look at his hair color. No, he is not using Just for Men. Nice try. This is because of the patch, because of his body saying, look, I'm gonna focus on this first, because he's probably a pretty healthy guy, okay? Now this is, yes, nobody loves varicose veins. I know you don't have any varicose veins yet, but, and hopefully you won't. But if you just take a look at this, this is going to tell you how the blood flow inside the body starts working before the X39 and then 7 weeks into the X39. I mean, you guys, 30 days. This is 30 days. So this shows you right here how the blood flows throughout the body and how those arteries are starting to open up. This is right here, a 77-year-old woman's brain. Okay, so this right here is the inflammation inside of her brain. Oh, nope, that's not, right here. This is session 1. Take a look at the red. That is the inflammation inside a 77-year-old woman's brain. Very little stem cell technology. And a lack of brain coherence is just incredible. My grandmother was 89 years old when we put her on the patch. She's doing incredible. The session 2, which is 3 weeks on, they took another topography. Take a look at the middle. in session 3, she had a complete turnaround. I mean, we're talking, you guys, this is unbelievable. So think about how many people you know that forget things all the time. They say it's just my old age. Bogus. Bogus. It's just because our bodies are not woken up, and you don't accept that. You don't accept death over your body. All right, this is near and dear to my heart. Right here, May 2023. You guys take a look at that very top left. That is the CPAP machine. How many times a gentleman's CPAP machine had to turn on? So whenever he stopped breathing, it would breathe for him, right? January 2024. So take a look at the difference. The reason why I say that is near and dear to my heart because my husband refused to get a CPAP machine. And so therefore he snored and he took down the house. Not anymore because he is on the patch. Right here, this is Jamie. Jamie, this is her in October 2023. And this is Jamie, November 8th. Now, I really want to get a picture of her now because now it's even more unbelievable. But the inflammation, the misery inside of her body just completely went away. It's amazing. And this is my friend Brandy. She lives in Oregon. After 90 days on the X39, her body completely focused on her glasses. And so she has no more glasses after 90 days of the X39. It focused on her eyesight. And then this right here is Karen. Her readers and magnification went down from 3.5 to 2.25 at 58 years young. She made sure that she put young. And then 19 days, this is the lady, 19 days. My friend Kelly, she's actually one of my wows. She had that on her shoulder. 19 days later, her body just kicked it off and said, The doctors were actually thinking that it was going to be cancer. They were going to have to take a sample of it and take a look at it. It's gone. It's completely gone. She also had Lyme disease, and her body said, no more, and celiac. So she had gluten issues, no more. So this woman is pretty, she's been just a huge wonder. So once again, you guys are starting to have your brains go, yeah, I know people. And then right here, 1 month on the X39, take a look at the feet. That's unbelievable. Now this was actually one of the earlier case studies. How many of you guys have back issues?
Again?
All right. All right.
The rest are too shy to admit. And only the young one.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, really? The youngest one? Okay. All right. Well, guess what? Not anymore. And so, so this actually shows what happened with an individual with bulging discs. So, did you hurt yourself in sports, or what did you do?
So I played volleyball, and I would jump a lot. So
Okay.
whenever I land, I don't know what it was.
The impact.
Yeah, the impact just kept getting worse and worse, and eventually I couldn't walk as good after I jumped and play the sport. So I had to my legs would get like a little paralyzed. So I had to see like a chiropractor. But
Not anymore.
It started coming back a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna really come back. Okay, so this shows you right here what happened during this case study. Okay, this is actually showing you the circulation inside that back. I mean, here, this is actually literally a picture of healing. Now, the surgeon that worked on him said that he's only seen this 4 times out of thousands of patients. Guys, this is miracles, absolute miracles that are happening. And here we go with the hair again. So actually, I've had several of my friends that have darker hair now, but the hair, that's part of your stem cells. They start focusing back on your hair. And then right here, the wound healing. Okay, this right here is huge. 3 days, you don't have to wear more than 1 patch. But this person was like, no, I do not want to scar. I don't want to scar. And so they put all of those patches on 2 patches every day and take a look at the result. Take a look. You can't even tell that it was there. It's unbelievable. This is my friend Carrie's mother. She actually came to our conference a couple weeks ago, and I was actually able to see her again in person. She looks amazing. So she is actually 82 years old. She has been on every single one of those medications. Now, I don't know if you guys know what gabapentin is, but that is one of the most difficult medications to get off of because of pain. She is completely off of all her pain meds. Okay, this woman was on high blood pressure medicine. She was on Synthroid. She had asthma, and this woman is doing absolutely unbelievably so good. She felt like she was 40 years old, and she decided to get a 50-pound German Shepherd puppy. at 82 years old. So the puppy, she had it wrapped around her. The puppy pulled her, she broke her hip. She continued to patch up, and the doctor absolutely could not believe how good she was doing. I mean, absolutely could not believe it. And so she's thriving, no more glasses at night, night vision restored, and she feels unbelievable.
I got a question.
Yeah, talk to me.
With I got a back surgery, 5 days, three balls on my neck surgery, and I've been taking this gabapentin and ibuprofen 100. So this patch help with the pain.
100%.
Yeah,
And it doesn't just help with the pain. I'll help you. What it's going to do is it's going to fix the issues that are happening, so you won't need the medicine anymore. So like my thyroid medicine, I didn't know I didn't need my thyroid medicine until I didn't need it anymore, right? I woke up every morning, took my thyroid medicine, and all of a sudden it was like, ooh, I don't need this anymore. So I went to the doctor, I had my blood drawn, and it was like, your thyroid's like way like you flipped. You've got to get off that medicine. And so that's what's going to end up happening to you and happens to everybody. You need to give the time that it's due on the patch, because like I said, you're going to have a to-do list that your body's going to create. And then as it fixes each and every single thing, the rule of thumb is wear it 1 month per decade that you're alive to see the results. So if you're 60, you're gonna wear it for 6 months, but you're gonna wanna wear it for 6 months straight. You're gonna wanna wear it forever. I'm never taking off this patch. But for you to be able to see all the results that you want to see, 1 month per decade that you've been alive. So yes, and eventually, I mean, my friend actually, the one that I said had Lyme disease, she actually, she was on gabapentin, I wanna say for 12 years. She's on month 4 and she's completely off of her pain meds. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time. It will work. It works for everybody on everything, every single time. It just depends on what your body is going to heal first, second, third. This right here is my favorite, and I don't read, I'm not a reader to people, but I do want you guys to hear this because it really put a lot of perspective, especially for me because I had a thyroid autoimmune disorder. It says, my anxiety was crippling. My hip pain was excruciating. My skin was ugh. My inflammation for that crazy C thing was ridiculous. Isn't it funny? And this is what got me thinking. Isn't it funny you go to a doctor and they put you on a dangerous chemical drug and say, give it 90 days and then we will reevaluate, and you don't even blink. I did it so many times with anti-anxiety meds and then did all their tricks for my hips after our wreck. I had pretty immediate results after these cell activation patches, which not everybody has, but I didn't quit when I wasn't fixed. I kept going. Now, less than 90 days, ask me how I'm feeling. Ask me how I feel in my skin. Ask me about my inflammation. I'm only in month 3. See, when you actually fix things, it gets better month after month. I have zero disrespect for the medical drugs. In fact, we need them when we need them. I have zero disrespect for supplements. We for sure need them to fill gaps sometimes. But they will never, ever, 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 ever fix the issues that you have or your insecurities. God gave you stem cells for a reason. They're still in you. With age, they just go dormant. There's a reason why our Navy SEALs use them. There's a reason pro athletes use them. I keep educating people on these things because every human should use them. You owe it to yourself to see how they can help you. And I really, that like hit me because I used to go to the doctor and they'd be like, well, give it 90 days and we'll see. You know, I mean, we're all used to that. And we don't blink. It's like, okay, give it 90 days. No, but then we see something that's so simple and we go, no, I haven't seen anything after a day. I don't feel anything after, you know. And some people see it in 2 days ago, I had somebody that we put on, and an hour later, she's like, what is happening? I feel unbelievable. I was like, well, you know, you're one of them. But, you know, it just, that put it in such a perspective for me because it was like, how long have you had your back issues?
Well, a year.
Okay. So we want it fixed in a day. That's just how we work, right? Now think about 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you know, we just expect it to be fixed. So this is my friend's husband. This is things that you would never think could be fixed, but they're fixed because of stem cells. And his thumbnail completely grew back. And then this is his hair. Take a look at that hair. It all's growing back. So my husband, you guys haven't seen him yet, but he is quite bald, and he was like, I am betting on this working. I said, I don't know about that. But take a look at this gentleman, the dramatic hairy growth from July to August. That just shows you that everybody is different. Everybody is different. I had COVID 3 times. My body needed to fix the other things first, and now my hair is starting to regrow, and I'm on month 4. So it's just what it is. Now, wound healing, there's going to be a couple pictures that are kind of graphic, but I need you guys to see this. This actually rings truth for one of our friends, Stacy and I. Her husband had diabetes, and so whenever you get like issues with your feet or whatever, you get cuts, things like that, your body it doesn't fix very easily. He had a gaping wound inside of his foot, and he had surgery on it. He's 63 years old, and he got an infection in it. The Lord woke me up in the middle of the night and told me to bring them some patches. I don't give away my patches. I love my patches. So for me to give away my patches, it had to be God that told me to give away my patches. I brought them patches, and within 2 weeks, his stitches were completely taken out, and they weren't even supposed to be taken out for 4 weeks if he didn't get an infection. So that tells you what the power of our body has. I mean, it's amazing. This is a horse. I don't know if any of you guys deal with animals or have animals in your life, but I do. This horse jumped over barbed wire, and they patched the horse. They patched the horse. I patch my dog. I take my patch off every single night. There's still a little bit of activation in it. I put it on my dog. My husband's like, please don't keep our dogs awake forever. And alive forever, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep them alive forever, as long as I can keep my dogs alive. So I patch my dogs. And so also special needs children, special needs adults, so many times we take a diagnosis as this is it. This is it. There was one woman that, she's an amazing woman that came on, and she was told, your son is nonverbal. There is no hope. It is what it is. Accept diagnosis. 30 days on the patch, and he is writing his name. 30 days on the patch. That's the power of our body. That's the power of our stem cells. So how many people do you guys know, even in that? Isaiah 58:12 says that we should be known as those to make the community livable again. And this is one of those avenues. And so take a look at the horse. I don't know if y'all deal with horses, but to me, that's amazing. 36 hours, look at the infection compared to here. And then this is just a dog testimony. I won't read it to you, like I said, but it's pretty amazing that dogs, even dogs, it's like, come on, my little dog has hip issues. Not anymore, she's got patches. But, it's just amazing that people can be absolutely floored with what happens even with the bodies. And it's coming. It's coming. All right, so Parkinson's. This is something that, like, every single time I read it, my heart just, We're new to patching, and just have been doing it fully for 9 days. I cried like a baby this morning when my husband yelled for me to come to the bathroom. He has Parkinson's, and life has been a battle for him. He made me watch while he brushed his teeth with his right hand and proceeded to shave with it as well. Guys, this is the power of our bodies. How many times have we accepted that our bodies are just to be falling apart? How many times do you hear, well, it's just old age? Focus. That is not. We are created in God's image. We are supposed to age gracefully, not fall apart. This is just another miracle. And then the migraines. How many people do we know that suffer from migraines? I mean, guys, I've been doing this for 120 days. I do a tally of all the people that all their miracles. I've had 16 people who suffer with migraines daily go from daily migraines to now, because again, we're only 120 days in. They started probably 2 weeks after us. I think that they're maybe having 1 to 2 a month. I mean, this is amazing. It's a miracle. It's amazing. This shows the inflammation after 30 days inside your body. So take a look at the back and the stomach, the torso. Take a look. That's going to be your back. Ha-ha! Take a look at that. So all of that inflammation is completely gone. I mean, really, take a look. And then how you wear this patch. So you wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. I put it directly when I was yelling at my son and I damaged my shoulder, I put it directly on my shoulder because that's where I needed it. But you can put it wherever on your body. Because of the patent, they needed to have 2 places to put it so that they could do the case studies. And so they put it right here on their C7 or right here under their belly button. And so one of the 2, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, then you throw the patch away and you get a new one. So you can wear more than one at a time, and you need to drink plenty of water and electrolytes. Electrolytes. And the reason why is because your body is going to be working. The patch is doing nothing. The patch is working with your body and activating things. Your body is healing itself. So it's not a magic patch. We're made in God's image. It's just reflecting our own light, our own heat, and then our body turning on. The potential of the stem cell industry. Stem cell therapy is becoming more and more popular. I actually helped somebody from Mexico the other day. He goes down to Mexico every 3 months and gets stem cells put in his knees. He spends $3,625 every single time he goes. No more. He is now putting the patches on, and on month 3, he called me. He said, "You are not going to believe this." And I said, "Try me." He said, "I don't need them." I said, "I know, because your body was designed to heal itself." So people are realizing the importance of healthy stem cells. Stem cell industry is expecting to explode, and we're from 200 million, they're saying it's going to be over $30 billion company or industry. Okay, so we're talking like this is huge. You're sitting in a living room hearing about the most prolific, regenerative, what I believe, technology of our lifetime. And hardly anybody knows about it yet. It's unbelievable. That brings us to the red ocean industry, blue ocean industry. My husband is in the red ocean industry. He is a car dealer. So I always tell him, praise the Lord, we found the patches. Because the everything that you have, that you do, for the most part, somebody else does as well. You know, it's just part of the world that we live in, right? Not anymore. The blue ocean industry, it's a wide ocean. We have the only hook that people are swarming to. When I call somebody and tell them, look, I have a Zoom, you need to hear about this. Have you ever heard about stem cells? A little bit. Okay, get on this Zoom because you need to wake up your dormant stem cells. Your stem cells are sleeping. Oh, I've never heard of that. Okay, well, no. So this brings you to what is the most important piece of your life? Family, time, freedom, security, travel, better health, and less debt. And you know, for me, it's when I was looking at this, I almost took this slide out. But I thought, you know, right there, better health. We are called to do so many good things in our lives. But if we don't have our health and we don't feel good, you can kiss the others goodbye. I don't want to go travel with my kids. I for sure don't want to go and work or do anything. I just want to sleep. That's what I want to do. And so why would I not want to ensure that I woke my stem cells up? So this brings you to the compensation plan. Let me tell you a little bit about why David Schmidt did this. This is what a sleeve looks like. You tell me if you walk through Walmart, if you're going to go, oh my gosh, that's going to heal all of my issues, especially my MS or that's going to heal all my knee. No. So somebody sat down, this incredible inventor, and said, this is not going to work unless it is testimony based. It has to be people turning around saying, this absolutely changed my life. You cannot live without it. And that's what this does. People are telling people about it. And that's why it works. Because you're going to know a couple of people that you did volleyball with, or that you went to school with, or that you worked with. And you're going to go, you have to do this. My back was killing me. Not anymore. Right? And so that's why he did this. So the compensation plan he made sure was extremely lucrative so that we would all want to tell everybody about it, okay? So it's as easy as 2 people. It's a team effort, 2 people on your left, 2 people on your right. Knowing 4 people and going, hey, you need to hear about this. There's this lady that just talked about this. I tried it. It's unbelievable. It's going to change your life. It's going to change their life. It's going to change our grandchildren's life. Whatever it is, let me tell you about it. And just getting them on the patch. And then you can make up to $25,000 a week in the binary. So it's as easy as wear it and share it. And so You know, he knows, David Schmidt knows, that we were created, people were created, especially women, but people were created to turn around and talk. That's just what we were. We were created to turn around and talk about whatever's amazing in our lives. And so he said, you know what, if I create a way that people will wear something and share something, because people are going to see a difference in their life, that is the way that I'm going to do that. And so that's why this wearable apparatus is going and skyrocketing to the moon. And let's talk a little bit about why you would want to share it. Number one, you want to share it because Proverbs 3:27 says, do not withhold good from those to whom it's due. We are not to withhold good from those to whom it's due. So you do not feel guilty. When you turn around and you find a sale at Macy's, you have no problem turning around and going, hey, I got these shoes for $9.99. It's just what we do, you know? And my husband, he's a shopper. He loves to tell me all the deals. So why would we not withhold something that's going to change somebody's life? We wouldn't. You would leave here and call and say, listen, I'm going to get on this. All I know is the science behind it is incredible. You need to try this. Your back has been hurting you. This has been hurting you. You've had a foggy mind. You think that you have dementia. You don't, in the name of Jesus. We're going to try this, okay? So let's talk about this. So because of what and how he put in this pay plan, Steve and Gina Merritt, they took it to Florida. 20 months in, they were making $300,000 a month. Because they took it to Florida and just told everybody that they could. That's it. Picked up their phone and said, you need to try this. Okay, I want you guys to see the lineage here.
And we just met this couple at the conference on Wednesday. So Santiago and I were there, and Leah and Stacy were there. Of course, she was there, and we met them. So they're the ones that were leading the conference. And you know, when they said how much they make,
you never know.
Yeah, you would never
so
know
sweet.
it. But at the same time, it takes you back thinking, could it be us helping other people?
It could.
So you're obviously helping someone through your health, but at the same time, God is compensating you with the
100%.
blessing of the money.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, yes. And that's, you know, so my husband and I run a full-time ministry. My husband, I'm tired of it not being at home. I'm tired of it. He's ran dealerships our whole marriage. I have 4 kids. I homeschool. I run a full-time ministry. And I was like, Lord, give us something that I get excited about. Because I get excited about a lot of things other than Jesus. And this fell in our path, and when he stopped snoring, you bet your bottom dollar I got excited. Because I am dead serious. I was sleeping, I was like 1 foot out the door on the couch, because I was like, ooh. But, you know, now I'm like, oh, you know. So I got excited. So now, they told Ken and Diana Burke, just their friends, they picked up the phone, called them. They have done things like this before of marketing, I don't know. But they never succeeded, not one time. They are now making, this is old, they are now making $50,000 a month. Now, they then called their friends in Florida. So you notice there's a pattern here. This is all Florida. Nobody in Texas yet, okay? So, all these people are in Florida, okay? Annie and Mandy Kosher, they are now making over $90,000. They've been in the business 18 months. This is old. 18 months, $90,000. Why? Because they kept on picking up the phone going, I don't care, you need to try it. Just try it, try it, try it. Because of that, they called, he had a frozen shoulder, his frozen shoulder was healed. He called my good friends who I met under the tent revival, Danny and Diane. He had no idea that Danny had a frozen shoulder too. Isn't it amazing that we see people on Facebook, Fakebook, and we think that they have this great life? We have no idea what pain that they could be in. We see people every single day at work, and we have no idea that they're in the most excruciating pain of their life, or their mother is dying of dementia. We have no idea what people are going through. This is love. They called them and said, look, we think you guys need to try it. I have a frozen shoulder. Shut up. That's what it healed. You're kidding. Danny and Diane, this was 8 months. They are now making $65,000 a month. This was again for 2 months ago. They're making $65,000 a month. So, Danny and Diane, I saw them at the conference, and I said, okay, just tell me what you guys are doing. And just to throw a little hook, because I didn't want to act too excited, I was like, maybe my son might want to do it. And they were like, no, I don't think so. Let me tell you, so when they told me, I thought, oh my gosh, this could be the thing that could get my husband out of the car business. This could be the thing that funds our ministry. We started February 1st and we're almost at $10,000 a month. Why? Because we turned around and we picked up the phone and we said, you have to try this. We know that you're not feeling good. We know that your head hurts. We know that your mother's head hurts. We know. Let's please, just try it. Just jump on it. And because of that, it's the power of multiplication and people just getting so excited because they are seeing the healing. If they weren't, then it wouldn't grow, you know? So there's 4 ways to earn income. Retail profit, which I don't even mess with. I'm like, because everybody's gonna want to tell somebody. And enrollment bonuses, so whenever somebody enrolls, you get a bonus. And then your binary weekly bonus check, and then a weekly generation matching bonus check. So you get tons of different ways that you get paid. The enrollment bonuses, so let's say that today you guys said, I'm going to do gold. It's a married couple, which I always suggest that they always start at gold. A married couple, you get 6 sleeves, and right here you get a $100 bonus. Whoever sold you, whoever invited you, we get a $100 bonus. Well, let's say that they turn around and they said, wait, we have 25 people that we are going to get on a Zoom tomorrow. Brittany, will you do a Zoom for us? Exactly the presentation that you just did that last night. Will you get my family on and will you do a Zoom presentation? And we say, absolutely. And you decide, okay, I just want to upgrade to Diamond because I want to get paid as a senior director. They got paid, whoever enrolled you got paid $100. Then they get an additional $100 when you jump up to Diamond. Or if they're a senior director, they get a $400 bonus in addition. So there's a lot of money just in the enrollment bonuses. And then this is where it gets fun. Your weekly binary commissions. So as you grow in your business, so mine is very fast moving growing because I just tell everybody. But you tell 4 people you're a manager. You can make up to $1,500 a week, not a month, a week. In just the binary weekly commissions. Director, we're almost at senior director and then executive director right there. I mean, we're talking like major money. Just because you wore and you shared because of the miracles. And then you get a matching bonus. That's the 4th way that you get paid. Your 1st level, 2nd level, 3rd level. So, Santiago, it says right here. Then he gets Maria. Maria gets a binary check of $2,000. He earns 25% of whatever she earned. And then she told her friend Sarah. He also gets 20% of whatever Sarah earned. And then Sheila, the hairstylist that Sarah had to tell about it, had $100. He earned 20% of that. So the money, this is just one person. Just starting with this person right here. The money that you earn is just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable because he knew that in order to get this across the world, he'd have to do something that would be so competitive that nobody would be able to touch it. And so it brings me to the question of $100,000 a year, what would you do with it? My husband and I are like, we'd open up so many ministries. No paperwork, no bosses, no employees, no territories. Your territory is Walgreens and Walmart. Your territory is wherever you go. Your territory right now is your family and your friends. You know, that's what's so amazing. There's no salary cap. You know, I don't do paperwork. I'm just not a paperwork person. And so for me to just know that I can talk to somebody about it, put them on a Zoom, and then turn around and send them my website and walk them through the website, that's huge. That's just amazing to me. I mean, I get to tell them, and then I get the text messages that I get all day long, every single day. Brittany, you have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel my feet for the first time in 10 years. You know, there was one man who felt his wife touch his back for the first time in 13 years. I love what I do. I love what I do. And then there's travel incentives. So we are going to be going, no, not more because we just started, but where is it? Punta Cana, Mexico, and that just started.
That's the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Yeah, come on. And so they're having that travel incentive, and that one just started, so anybody can get there, and that's what's so amazing. It's probably the easiest trip that we could ever get to. And this is how you get started. And so you know, for me, Rick and I was like, okay, Rick, this could be it, this might not be it, I don't know. And I was like, let's just go gold. Let's just go gold. And Rick was like, okay, I love you, but how many people do we know that are hurting? I was like, a lot. He said, we're gonna tell the world about it. We're gonna tell the world. There's not gonna be one person in our family, in our household, or extended family, in our phones that is not gonna know that we're doing this. And then they'll come around. Some of them, you know, it sounds maybe too good to be true. It's not. We already know it's not, so they're gonna hear about all the miracles. They're gonna come around, and sure enough, 35, 40 days later, the people that said no in the very beginning, I got 5 phone calls this weekend of people that actually hung up on me and said, you're crazy, I'm not gonna put on a patch. They're seeing all the miracles, or they're hearing about the miracles from somebody else. And they're going, you keep calling me about the patch, I want the patch. I was on the phone last night at 11:30 at night with a woman that said, I want the patch, I want it right now, right now, right now, right now. And I was like, okay, okay. Rick, I'm sorry. Go try to snore. I'm gonna tell you, I gotta go. But you know, it's like, how many people do we know? So the silver is $2.99, and that gives you 3 months worth. And I only say 3 months. It gives you 3 sleeves. So 3 of these. This is called a sleeve. Gives you 3 of these. Okay, and so that you can turn around and retail, because these retail for $150. You can turn around and retail it to somebody. I don't, I'm selfish, I'm like, order it. But, and then there's gold for the new business builder. So this gives you 2.5 months for each person. And then this right here is the diamond, the serious entrepreneur. You get paid as a senior director for the first 90 days. And my husband and I did that, and we made up the money in 5.5 days. It was like, we told everybody and anybody that we could about it. And they just could not, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, these are your different options, and then you want to be on a monthly subscription. Let me tell you why. This is a binary, okay? I did not understand the power of a binary until we jumped in this thing. So, you guys actually have probably our fastest growing team is right here. What happens is, she's going to call 6 people tomorrow because I know her personality. And if any of you guys sign up tonight, guess where those people fall? Under you. Whenever they start telling people, there becomes a little bank. Because she's sharing with everybody, everybody wins on her team. It's pretty unbelievable. And so that binary check, that weekly binary check, is a team effort of people going to work and going, you have to get on this. And then yesterday, Santiago signed up. Well, today, Dominic signed up. And so Santiago gets to win from Dominic. And then all of a sudden, Dominic goes and tells so-and-so, well, guess what? This person might not even know this person, but he gets to win because this person signed up after him. It's amazing. And that's why they set this payment the way that they did, because they were like, people are going to want to jump in this. David Schmidt, he's a multimillionaire. He didn't need to do this. He did it because he was like, I want everybody to be healed. I don't want people to be messed up. And so it's just pretty unbelievable. And so that is where you're going to want to start. And the last piece of the puzzle is you're like, okay, why, again, I'm doing the subscription. I know I'm going to be earning money, but how am I going to tell everybody? We are actually part of the fastest growing team in all of marketing in the entire world. Not just for Lifewave, in the entire world. The reason why is because they have set us up to win. So every week, you think of 5 people or whatever, and you call them and say, hey, I don't know a lot about this patch, but I know it's going to change your life. There's a Zoom tomorrow. Will you just jump on it? Yeah, I'll jump on it. Well, what is it about? I don't know. It's something that's going to wake up your stem cells and your body's going to heal. And I'm telling you, the science behind it is real. Will you just jump on it? It'll explain everything. Sure. You send them the Zoom. That's it. That's it. That's it. You send them the Zoom. They jump on the Zoom. We explain the technology. It's that amazing. And so that's what they have set up. They have it in Spanish on Thursdays. They have a Spanish Zoom on Thursdays. And then they have all of this different. So if you said, hey, Brittany, well, what about somebody with MS, multiple sclerosis? you could jump on Facebook, look it up under one of their groups, and look at all of the different testimonies about multiple sclerosis, right? And so that's, you're part of a team that is growing, winning, and going to succeed. And so that is why we tell everybody to get on this. All of us have dreams. Some of you guys might just be here because you guys were told that your body is going to heal. It will. It will. That's going to heal. It will. You have to give it time. You may not have to give it time. It may be healed 2 days. Your body just might go boom. It will. But, you know, the other part of this is how many people are we going to change? I've told everybody, every single person in this entire world is going to be patched. I truly believe that. Every single person is going to know about this patch. It's just going to be, are we the ones that are going to do it? Are we going to be the ones that do it? And so my last piece that I tell everybody, and then I'll finish, is my favorite story in the whole world. Was there's this man that was inside of his house, and the flood started rising. And he went on top of the roof and he said, Lord, save me. And the Lord said, okay, I will. So the water started rising and a canoe came by, and he was like, nope, God has me. He just told me he's gonna save me. Okay. Boat comes by. Hey, jump on the boat. No, sorry, God told me he's gonna save me. I'm good. Nope, thank you, Jesus, he's gonna save me. Thank you, Lord. Okay, the water's up to here. The helicopter comes by. Says, hey, jump up, you're about to die. God promised me he was gonna heal me. I'm good. He dies. He gets to heaven. Says, Lord, you promised me that you were going to save me. And he said, what did you want me to do? I sent you a canoe, a boat, and a helicopter, and you said no to all three. This patch could be your canoe, your boat, or your helicopter. And for me, I'm telling you right now, I truly believe, because of what we found out, what was going on with my husband's body, it was our helicopter. It was our thing, because my husband did not do surgery, did not do the things that early in his life when he played the sports that he was told to do. I believe that this is what God put on our path. And so for me, it's like, I'm gonna tell everybody about this helicopter so that their life can completely change. So, does anybody have any questions? Yes, Dr.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, I'm a very skeptical person. I like you, I'm a preacher. I go and walk the streets of Houston.
I like you.
And I preach the word of God. And one of the verses that comes to mind, because of my skepticism, is 1 John 4:1 that says, Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see that from God. Okay,
That's
for
right.
many false prophets have come out into the world.
Yep.
So I'm just saying this because I'm very skeptical about this. I'm thinking to myself, I know you say you don't want to share your patches, but if it were me, this were work for me, I'd be out there on the streets and, you know, I see a homeless right there, I put a patch on him. I share my patches with all the people
Well,
out
let me
there
tell you
and make them feel good.
You are right, but that's
So-
why we're in this business. That's why we're in this business. That is why we're in this business, because eventually, actually, she heard me on the phone earlier. I was on the phone with Danny and Diane. They're actually ministers. They
And
plant
they
churches.
actually just pass them out and
They actually
give them out?
They actually
Because that's
go,
what I would do.
they patch people all the time. But more importantly, they plant churches and they plant communities with, like, church communities, and give the churches. So like, they're building an orphanage. That's their dream, to build orphanages in Africa. That is their dream. And so their money, they're exactly like us. That was a boat that I could get on, because I could see their vision was not anything but to serve. And so yes, you know,
I guess my question is this, do y'all have like a patch, like right now, give us a patch and boom, stamp it on and let's wait a month and then let's meet again, and yeah, man, let's get into it. It worked for me.
But there's another scripture in the Bible that says faith comes by hearing, right? Faith
Oh, yeah.
Right? But faith is the first piece of the
I'm
puzzle,
gonna go
right?
back to the verse that I said, test the spirits. to
Test
see
the
that from
spirit.
God. So,
Okay, but let me ask you this.
yes,
You get insurance, right?
yes.
Why?
Well, because you
Why?
wanna protect
Wait.
yourself, yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there it is.
Well,
You get insurance, right? And
well,
so,
yeah, but I don't believe in miracles. I believe in the God's providence. Okay, so
yeah,
you know, God has blessed me to buy money for my insurance. Okay,
100%.
you just mentioned right now that this is kind of like a miracle. I mean, miracles, I believe in them in the Old Testament back in the day, but now we gotta depend on God. You know, we gotta.
But God uses different avenues, right?
Yes, he does.
He does. And so my husband, he was bleeding from his esophagus 6 years ago.
Mhm.
We were at a church service. I like you. We were at a church service 6 years ago, and this is no lie. This man, he was an elder in our church. We had just gotten a death sentence for my husband. Basically, that he had colon cancer and that he needed to get his affairs in order. We had told nobody. Nobody. We walked into that church service in the middle of church service. I'll tell you, I'll never forget. It was September 17th of 2018. We walked into the church service, and a man stood up and he went, "There's somebody here that's sick." And my husband, I was like, it's during worship, and he was like, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's during worship. And the guy said, "We are not moving until we pray over you. I don't know who it is, but we are not moving." 28 minutes later, "You still haven't come up, and we're not moving." We worshiped for an hour before my husband went up there and prayed. Here's the deal. My husband had to go up there and take that step. He did. And my husband, the next day, we went in, and that was the avenue that the Lord used for my husband. We went in, and his doctor walked out and said, "I don't know the God you serve, but you better keep doing it." He was not a Christian, and I prayed with him that day. He said, "I've never seen this a day in my life." He said, every single time I went through the scope, I went, "There is no way." The anesthesiologist came in afterwards, and he said, "Ma'am, can I talk to you for a minute?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I heard you praying in tongues over your husband. I knew that you were a Christian." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You know what's so interesting? Every time the surgeon went through with the scope, he said, 'No way.' And every time I went through, I said, 'Yay, God.'" I said, that's the God that we serve. We do serve a God of miracles, but he does use different avenues and different paths. For me, I didn't want it to be medication. I just didn't. And for the scientist, for him, I will tell you a really cool story of how he came up with science. And I think maybe I told you, I don't know. I know you know. He asked the Lord, he said, "Lord, just give me an answer about these stem cells," right? Because aborted babies, all the things, right? The Lord woke him up in the middle of the night and told him what verse in the Bible to go and read in Hebrews. In the Hebrew. He went and read it. That's how I got the science behind it. Because in the Hebrew Bible, all the different numbers, if you've ever read the Bible, you know, like different languages, the way that it's written is with numbers. That's how you came up with the science with the copper peptides.
Well, like I said, I'm still skeptic.
I believe you. I was too. My husband was one. Didn't you hear me say I wanted to go gold? My husband went diamond. I was a skeptic too. And so, you know, for me, there is a money back guarantee. There's a money back guarantee. You're not stuck. You know? But how many people could you be the one that the Lord uses as a vessel to impact people's lives? And let me tell you, we tell everybody about the Lord. We tell everybody about the Lord. This is just another way. I can walk up, because I'm an evangelist, and I can walk up to somebody inside Walgreens and go, "Hello, why are you buying aspirin?" Well, let me pray over you, and then let me also tell you what the Lord brought into our life.
But to say something on her behalf, she said she doesn't give him away. I don't know why she said that, because she truly does give him away.
Oh, yeah.
You really
I
do.
kind of do.
You're patching people.
But I don't like turn around and give everybody packs.
No,
You know?
but I mean, you do patch us, and
Yeah, I
you
do
don't need
patch
the
everybody.
months or whatever.
I do patch.
So
I'm patching you.
She-
But I'm patching his foot.
So don't think that she does it, she does.
Yeah, I just don't walk around and give all my packs away.
yeah, I think that's a different
With all the
story.
money you guys are making, I mean, I don't see a problem you guys giving away the patches. I mean, it's pretty good.
Well, that's where you're coming in.
Come on, babe! Let's go!
So you can do that, because nobody's stopping you from
You know, one time I went to another one of these, and they told me, one of my students in high school, he told me, "Hey, you gotta buy this, it gives you energy, it gives you this, you gotta drink it." I said, "I'm not gonna buy anything unless I try it. Why don't you give me some?" okay? So I drank that every day for a month, nothing. Hey buddy, I'm not into it, okay, so that's the way I just am, okay? So, but hey, go ahead,
No, I was just gonna